Hi, my name is Brian Wilsey, and I am here to talk to you today about Haiku Deck. Haiku Deck is a web-based presentation software tool. It's much like Microsoft's PowerPoint, but with a few key differences that we can talk about later on. So I want to talk to you today about why student-created presentations are important. I will talk to you about how Haiku Deck itself can fill the role of a presentation tool. And then finally, at the very end, we will create our own Haiku Deck together to show how it can be used in a classroom. Okay, so let's get started. So I know I myself have always wondered throughout my education, why do I have to give this presentation to my classmates? I was always perfectly happy with sitting back and taking notes and then being tested on my knowledge later. Well, there are a few really important things that student-created presentations can help with. So here's a short list of that. The first one, organizing knowledge. So students have to take concepts that are learned in a class and describe it in their own words, which gets them thinking critically about, the concepts that they have learned already. They have to understand it at a deeper level and present it in a way so that their peers who might not be experts in that topic can walk away with certain knowledge of it. So they have to think about prioritizing, what are the main concepts in this topic, what can I kind of gloss over, what do people already have a basic understanding of, and then move on from there. It does deepen the understanding of a topic, and it's been shown in a lot of research that presenting on something like this does kind of give better mastery over a topic. So in 2014, there's a study done that examined the competencies of secondary students in a science class. These students were tasked to create presentations on certain aspects of a topic, and this research has found that after creating the presentation, students showed improvements in both the scientific topics and in their digital competencies. And, overall, teaching and presenting on a topic can lead to better mastery, like I said, for that student, as opposed to simply taking notes on the subject and being assessed on it afterwards. So it goes past the memorization part of learning and kind of has people thinking critically and finding real-world applications for their knowledge. And finally, working collaboratively. In 2007, researchers found that creating an environment in which students create with each other and share information with one another leads to the development of oral presentation skills, and also allowing students to discuss more complicated concepts with each other. So again, that goes into helping them formulate a deeper understanding of the concepts. Working in groups to create a presentation works on those interpersonal skills. Sharing ideas, having constructive debate, formulating ideas as a group, all those things that later on in life are going to be really important, really in many aspects of a student's life. All right, so if we are thinking about Bloom's taxonomy here, I just want to point out it really hits on a lot of the areas here. So understanding, in order to create a presentation on a topic, a student has to have an understanding of it. They have to be able to apply it to real-world situations in order to kind of express the importance of that topic to the audience or the group that they are presenting to. When they're putting all the data together, they have to be able to analyze it. They have to decide what makes the cut for the actual presentation that they give. They have to kind of work on the strengths of their own understanding of the topic, so that they can have an effective presentation. They'll do their own self-evaluation when they are creating it. And at the very top of the pyramid here of Bloom's taxonomy, creation is a huge part of it. So students want to be able to learn how to give an informative presentation, but also a compelling one, which kind of brings us into Haiku Deck. So why is Haiku Deck useful? I know people of my generation grew up with Microsoft PowerPoint. It's really easy to be kind of stuck in the PowerPoint mindset. It's what we're familiar with. And really until I was introduced to Haiku Deck, I never thought that I would need to use anything else. But there are certain limitations that PowerPoint has. First of all, it's not web-based. So really the days of bringing a USB to class, a jump drive to class to give your presentation are over. And Microsoft PowerPoint is also pretty clunky when compared to Haiku Deck. So we can talk here. So the big thing that Haiku Deck has going for it right now, when you think about the implementation in a classroom, is its compatibility with the iPad or a tablet. So a lot of classrooms these days have iPads available in class, and Haiku Deck is set up really well for the touch screen and everything there. Second, it has the in-app tools and abilities, from searching for images within the application itself to having really easy to point out themes and colors and fonts and everything. It just makes the entire thing really simple to put together. Everything is right in one place. You don't have to be searching Google Images for available images that are legal to use, so you're not getting into copyright infringement and everything. It really is easy to use, and like I mentioned before, this is a web-based tool, so no need for those jump drives. I think that is a really simple thing to kind of overlook. But when you get rid of the anxiety of, okay, I have to spend all this time setting up my group presentation that I just learned, over the past few days, it's nice to be able to cut that piece out and just log right into your account on a computer, and then bam, you're ready to go. You don't have to email it to yourself. You don't have to bring a jump drive. You don't have to bring a disk or anything. It's really great to use there. And then also, students don't want to dedicate too much energy into learning the software when they're already dedicating a bunch of energy into learning the material for the topic they are presenting on. All right, so I think it's about time to build our own Haiku Deck, and I will start that in the second part of a video.